Hi all, here we're into the reverse lunge, and this video in the next couple of minutes will give you everything you need to know as to why that we do this exercise and all the teaching points and technical points to make sure you nail this one like an absolute pro. Okay, firstly, we always get people to do this exercise before we learn the forward lunge. It's a movement pattern that's great for focusing on your glutes, your hamstrings and your hips. And in the gym, we tend to do a lot of exercises that create what they call quad dominance, which means you work a lot through the front of the legs, which is fine to do, but we need to make sure that the muscles in our bum and in our hamstrings are working really well too. So we always get people to start on this one first before we take you into learning a forward lunge. So this one, it is great for strengthening up your hips, and there's three key reasons why you want to make sure you have nice strong hips, glutes and hamstrings. The first one is just for general integrity, stability and structure of your body. Of course, the hips are the midpoint of the body, so they do a ton of work for us. So we just need to make sure that structurally we have enough strength and support to go about our day-to-day function. The next point, and it's tied into that first point, is reducing your risk of lower back issues, whether that's lower back issues in terms of issues in your disc or just general spasming of muscles. The stronger your hips and glutes are will reduce your risk of lower back pain and problems. The number of people I've seen over 20 years who have a degree of lower back pain or problems, they have no strength in their glutes and their hamstrings and a weak core as well, which is a recipe for creating back issues. So one of the reasons that we give this one is it's a great one to do, as I said to you, for the structure of the hips and hopefully reducing your risk of lower back pain and problems. The third reason is if you're planning to do any kind of running or any kind of sport, then you have to have strong hips and glutes, because these are the muscles along with the hamstrings that do a ton of work for us when we're twisting, turning, stopping and sprinting in sport. So those are the reasons that we need to make sure we get this exercise right and we're doing it on a regular basis. So technique, let's whiz through the key teaching points. The first one is in the front leg, so the leg that's planted on the floor. Make sure that knee is tracking about your second toe. It's easy for that front leg to collapse inwards, which is going to cause us a problem. So we want to make sure that that front knee is tracking that second toe. Now when you start the exercise, if you're brand new to exercise, there'll be some wobbling in your ankle, there'll be some wobbling in your knees and in your hips as well. So just watch yourself as you're doing the exercise, and if you see your knees beginning to lose that sort of second toe tracking, i.e. it's starting to collapse inwards, then make sure you just push that knee out so it keeps that tracking. Just with time and as you build strength, that knee will just track that toe better and better and better. But when you're brand new to exercise, be very conscious about making sure that lead leg is tracking perfectly with about your second toe. Next up is stride length, and exercise is all about comfort. So if you're a little bit taller or shorter, your stride length will change a bit, of course. But the key way to check it is if you see here that Emily's got a right angle on that front knee and front ankle, and she's got the same right angle in that back leg in terms of hip and knee. So that's a great place to start with. You can then tweak it a little bit just to make it comfortable, but think right angle in the lead leg and right angle in the back leg too. Of course, if your stride length is a little bit too short, then your knee will point out in this direction forward here, and if you tend to overstride too far backwards, you'll get an opening up of the hip as well. It's not the end of the world, but if we're going to at some stage begin to put some dumbbells into your hands, then starting with the right angle is a great place to make sure we're in the place where we're at our strongest and probably the most comfortable to work out at. But again, if you tweak it a bit, it's fine, but think about right angles and you'll be in a really good place to do your reverse lunge. Of course, we have the neutral spine throughout, so you can see with the videos that we do that Emily's very, very good at keeping that posture there as well. She tends to lean forward a bit on this one that will begin to target the glutes a touch more as well. If you're going to use dumbbells in your hand, then you could straighten up a touch, but you can see here that we've still got that neutral spine throughout. So make sure we're tracking with our lead leg, so that front knee is tracking that second toe. We start with the right angles in the front and the back leg, and we maintain that neutral spine throughout. And then just a couple more points to finish off is just make sure that when you step backwards, your back leg is not directly behind your front leg, because of course that makes balancing really tricky. So just your natural gait stance, just take that leg backwards so it's not directly behind your front leg. If you're brand new to exercise, then yes, you will wobble a bit. It's a slightly tricky one to learn, but it's a really good one to learn. But you'll get some wobbling around in the body as well, so you might need to support your weight just with your hand on the wall. If you do that, make sure you're not overusing the wall so much that you lean in towards the wall and therefore begin to impact or change the movement pattern. So just have your fingers just brushed against the wall, and that should be enough for most people just to keep their balance, particularly when they're brand new to this exercise. And there we have it today. I hope it helps, of course. Take care and catch up soon. Cheers, bye.